The middle of the first millennium BCE marked a significant shift in Indian religious practices. Previously, Vedic religion centered on elaborate priestly rituals. These rituals were performed to maintain cosmic order and achieve material benefits. This period introduced profound changes to these established religious traditions. A new inquiry arose among spiritual seekers, challenging established practices. The core question was whether external sacrifice alone sufficed for ultimate liberation. This inquiry prompted a re-evaluation of traditional spiritual methods. It marked a significant conceptual shift in the pursuit of spiritual freedom. Ancient practices involved sacrifices, offering temporary rewards such as cattle or a place in heaven. These material and spiritual gains, however, were not considered eternal or lasting. A fundamental philosophical question emerged regarding true immortality. This inquiry sought to identify what transcends the cyclical nature of birth and death. The focus shifted from fleeting rewards to the pursuit of everlasting existence. Profound questions were explored in quiet, natural settings, fostering deep contemplation. Learning occurred through dialogues between teachers and students, emphasizing intellectual exchange. Deep meditation was a key practice for seeking answers and achieving inner understanding. These educational pursuits contrasted sharply with public sacrificial grounds. The focus was on personal introspection and guided discussion, not ritualistic public display. The Upanishads represent a collection of profound philosophical and spiritual teachings. These texts are derived from inquiries into fundamental truths and existence. The term Upanishad literally translates to sitting near a teacher. This signifies the traditional method of receiving esoteric knowledge from a guru. They are also known as Vedanta, meaning the end of the Vedas. Vedanta denotes their position as the concluding part of the Vedic scriptures, both chronologically and philosophically. Early Vedic religion was fundamentally characterized by the concept of karma, meaning action. Within this framework, ritualistic sacrifice held a central and paramount position as the core act. These intricate rituals were meticulously performed by trained priests. Priests conducted these ceremonies on behalf of patrons who commissioned them. Patrons sought specific desired outcomes through these sacrifices. These outcomes included prosperity, longevity, or success in various endeavors. Ancient beliefs linked human actions directly to the stability of the cosmos. Precise rituals were considered essential for the sustenance of the cosmic order. These rituals involved the exact recitation of specific hymn. Proper offerings of oblations were also a critical component of these practices. Such actions established a direct connection between human activity and cosmic balance. By the 8th or 7th century BCE, a profound understanding of existence began to emerge. This era saw a shift in philosophical thought regarding the nature of rewards and consequences. It was realized that even heavenly rewards, previously considered eternal, were not everlasting. All gains derived from sacrificial acts or good deeds were understood to be finite and exhaustible. The concept of death, or mrityu, was recognized as an inescapable force. This understanding posited that mrityu affected all realms of existence, without exception. The realization of limitations in public rituals prompted a shift in the quest for immortality. Seekers began to abandon traditional communal practices and retreat into secluded environment. They sought out wise teachers, known as rishis, who offered alternative paths to understanding. These rishis had turned inward, focusing on introspection rather than external ceremonies. Their goal was to discover a profound truth that transcended the scope of conventional sacrifices. The Upanishads preserve the profound insights of ancient sages. They represent the latest stratum of Vedic literature. These texts were composed approximately between 800 and 200 BCE. The Upanishads document extensive spiritual explorations. They offer foundational philosophical concepts within Hinduism. The term Upanishad is derived from a combination of 3 Sanskrit roots. It combines upa, meaning near, and ni, meaning down. The third component is sad, which translates to sit. This etymology symbolizes a student sitting humbly near a teacher to receive esoteric knowledge. The Upanishads are not structured philosophical treatises. They are compilations of spiritual explorations. These explorations include dialogues, stories, and analogies. They also contain enigmatic statements, reflecting their profound nature. Ancient Indian texts preserve the profound insights of revered sages. Figures like Yajnavalkya, Uddalaka Aruni, and Shvetaketu are central to this tradition. Their inquiries delve deeply into fundamental questions of existence and reality. These philosophical contributions profoundly shaped Indian thought for millennia. The Upanishads represent a significant body of ancient Indian philosophical texts. Over 200 distinct texts are recognized as Upanishads. These texts were composed over an extensive period, spanning nearly 2 millennia. Among them, a core group of 13 are considered foundational and most important. These 13 are known as the Mukhya, or principal Upanishad. They are distinguished by their antiquity and profound philosophical significance. The principal Upanishads are a collection of ancient philosophical texts. These 13 foundational texts were composed over a significant historical period. Their composition dates approximately between 800 and 200 BCE. This era was characterized by profound intellectual and spiritual growth in ancient India. The Upanishads emerged during a time of intense philosophical inquiry and development. They represent a critical period of spiritual evolution in Indian thought. The Brihadaranyaka and Chandogya Upanishads are foundational texts in Hindu philosophy. They are recognized as the 2 oldest and most significant Upanishads within the Vedic tradition. Both texts are extensive compilations, drawing from earlier philosophical and spiritual sources. These compilations contain the most influential and profound teachings of the entire Upanishadic corpus. Their content profoundly shapes subsequent Indian thought and spiritual practices. The Brihadaranyaka Upanishad is a foundational text in Indian philosophy. It is closely associated with the revered ancient sage Yajnavalkya. His dialogues with his wife Maitreyi are celebrated passages. These philosophical discussions also include other thinkers at King Janaka's court. The Upanishads present a central philosophical teaching regarding the nature of reality. This core concept posits a fundamental identity between 2 key entities, Atman and Brahman. Atman refers to the individual self or soul, the essence of a living being. Brahman represents the ultimate reality, the universal spirit or cosmic principle. The identity between Atman and Brahman is known as the Great Equation in Upanishadic thought. This principle is considered both simple in its statement and profoundly significant in its implications. Atman represents the innermost self, an unchanging core within each individual. It is distinct from the ego, personality, physical body, or the transient mind. Atman is considered the essential witness, enabling all forms of consciousness. This concept highlights a fundamental, eternal aspect of one's being. It is the true essence, unaffected by external or internal fluctuations. Brahman represents the ultimate reality in philosophical thought. It is considered the fundamental ground from which all existence arises. Brahman is the original source from which the entire universe originates. It serves as the underlying substratum that supports all phenomena. Key characteristics of Brahman include truth, knowledge, and infinity. It is also defined by consciousness and a state of pure bliss. The Upanishads present a foundational philosophical concept known as the identity principle. This principle posits a fundamental unity between the individual, self, or Atman. It also connects to the universal reality, which is referred to as Brahman. The core assertion is that Atman and Brahman are not separate entities, but are ultimately identical. The same consciousness that animates an individual also pervades and animates the entire cosmos. Realizing this profound identity is considered the path to liberation and spiritual freedom. The Mahavakyas are profound, great sayings found within the ancient Hindu scriptures, the Upanishads. These statements encapsulate core philosophical teachings of Advaita Vedanta, emphasizing ultimate reality. One prominent Mahavakya is Aham Brahmasmi, which translates to I am Brahman. This phrase signifies the identity of the individual self, Atman, with the ultimate reality, Brahman. Another key saying, Tat Tvam Asi, meaning thou art that, conveys the same profound unity. The Chandogya Upanishad illustrates the teaching of Tat Tvam Asi through the fig seed analogy. Within the tiny fig seed lies an unseen essence, imperceptible yet fundamental. This unseen essence is the ultimate reality from which the entire fig tree originates. The analogy equates this essence with the self, signifying the profound unity of individual and cosmic reality. The Brihadaranyaka Upanishad features a profound dialogue between Yajnavalkya and his wife Maitreyi. This ancient philosophical discussion centers on the pursuit of immortality. Maitreyi initiates the inquiry, questioning the ultimate value of material wealth. She ponders whether riches can truly grant liberation from the inevitability of death. Her query challenges the conventional understanding of prosperity and its limitations. The dialogue explores spiritual liberation as a path beyond mortal existence. Yajnavalkya explains that all forms of love and desire originate from the self. Individuals pursue external objects, believing these will bring a sense of completion. However, the true wholeness they seek is intrinsically present within the self. This philosophical concept posits the self as the ultimate source and object of affection.